Her dad is hot. Hey guys, welcome. I just dropped my phone. Hey amigos, welcome to my new video. Today I'm going to be talking about a really exciting Netflix show that I've been watching recently. It's called Never Have I Ever. I'm going to be basically reacting to it from the perspective of a brown girl myself, whether it's realistic and whether I liked it or not. I have a lot of thoughts about this show. I think you should watch the video until the end and see what I thought of it. Oh, I want to give you a little heads up about the quality of the video. Okay, so I shot this video before I shot this intro, before I realized that I had a camera in my cupboard. So I shot that video, my reactions and stuff on my phone. The quality isn't as lit as this one. I just said lit. The quality isn't as good as this one, so bear with me. The stuff I have to say is of substance. Oh, and let me know if you want me to make another video reacting to the whole series, maybe reviewing the whole series, because this video is just for episode 1. So if you want me to react to the whole season, let me know in the comments and I will get right to it for you. I really hope this is good framing because yikes if it's not. This video does have a lot of spoilers, so if you haven't watched it already, pause this video, go watch it, at least the first episode, and then come back and let's chat. What is this show about? It's a coming of age story of a teenage girl whose name is Devi, and she's a brown kid raised in America. She loses her dad and then she gets paralyzed for a little bit, which kind of doesn't really help her rep in high school, but then she sees a hot boy. Her legs suddenly start working, and so she rises up to see him. She has 2 best friends. Their names, I don't remember. They had funky names. I like those names. Sometimes I wonder if I talk like Trump. They had funky names. I like those names.
I'd like to be invited to a party with alcohol and hard drugs. I'm not gonna do them. Love for my arm hair to thin out. I know it's an Indian thing, but my forearms look like the friggin' floor of a barber's shop. I'd really, really like a boyfriend who could rock me all night long. Thanks for considering. I love you guys.
I changed into a t-shirt because I was getting cold.
Since September 2001.
Wait, her dad is from that show. Pause. Her dad is hot. Prove me wrong. He's the actor who's played the hot dude, love interest dude in like so many shows. Interesting.
Mohan had a heart attack.
They just killed off the hot dad. What's the point of this show? He was there for like 5 minutes. He was hot for 5 minutes and then he was dead. The teacher was like, just because Devi is confined to a wheelchair does not make her any less human. Huh? What's this show?
I'm here to have sex with you.
Hottie Lamati with the swimmer's body. Got an old man's face with her. As in like my age man. So old enough. Question. How is she going to explain to the hottie that, hey, I saw you half naked coming out of the pool and my paralyzed legs were healed. You have the power of Jesus just in your hot bod. How do you explain that to your crush?
I have chosen attainable, yet status-enhancing people for each of us today.
I wish I had a friend like Devi in high school. If I had a friend who was like setting me up, I don't know, I think I would treasure and cherish her a lot. She just said sociopaths get done. Maybe there's some truth to that. Quick question about the teacher. Who the F is this teacher? Genocide is not 100 and systematic racism is not litty. What? The teacher just dabbed and said trust.
Trust.
My American friends, I have a question. Do y'all not have a rule to like not walk in the middle of the hallway and then stop and then tie your shoelaces? That's hilarious. This dude just like stops in the middle, like he walks out of the class, he stops in the middle of the hallway and he does his shoelaces. It's the most unnatural thing I've ever seen.
For marriage. They did?
Kamala Devi.
Kamala was expected to have an arranged marriage after she finished her studies abroad, but she felt less than enthusiastic about this idea.
Oh, that's so wonderful. A husband from India. Someone I've never met before. Perfect stranger. How exciting.
A husband from India, someone I've never met before, perfect stranger, how exciting. This show perfectly sums up how every millennial feels about arranged marriages. I love it. Guys, my dad is back. Even though he's like a memory, he's back and I needed that, okay? It's not the same, I know, because he's not like alive, but it's better than nothing. The principal just called them Tweedledee and Tweedle Idiot. She's sassy. He's not molesting me, he's caressing me. The difference between a creep and your boyfriend. I like the dramatic best friend. That Paxton dude's only lines in this whole episode have been, yeah, okay, but I can't tonight. That's it. And he's tied his shoelaces and gotten out of the swimming pool and left the school in some form of activewear. He has had 3 lines and 3 activities. That's it. Sorry, my bad. He also had a 4th line, which was just sex, right? Is that how we treat hot people in our TV shows nowadays? I guess we do, because it's like, oh, they're an enigma and they're perfect. But it's like, as soon as that dummy opens his mouth. Also, can we just like talk about the fact that when Paxton was like, yeah, okay, to her sex deal, she was like, really? Okay, I'm looking forward to it. We'll circle back to it. Like she's replying to a damn email. And then she goes to shake his hand. My thoughts on the show are as follows. Okay, so a lot of things happen in that poor girl's life. Her dad died, and then she was paralyzed for some time. She's very emotional though, and she has a lot of that happens to her that she hasn't dealt with. So there's a lot of acting out. I think the show is meant for a little bit of a younger audience than I am. Damn, that makes me feel, oh, not like it's not meant to be watched by 22-year-olds, but it's the first Netflix show that I've seen that's about a brown girl. So I'm gonna keep watching it, and I'm gonna like reminisce to how I felt in her shoes as a teenager. You know what? It's story time. I grew up half in India and then half in Australia. A lot of like my developmental tween and teenage years, I was in Australia. So I grew up watching a lot of Australian and American content. The Kerry Diaries and the Vampire Diaries and Teen Wolf. All those shows used to have people who didn't have any stories like mine. Or like Mortified. Australian viewers know what that is. That was a good show. Could someone tell me what is going on? Cause I don't understand. That's my adult song. There must be somewhere I belong. Those TV shows and movies and stuff that I saw on TV, they were mostly about white people. Those shows had a white protagonist, girl or guy, doesn't matter. White parents, white friends. There was like this one token like Asian friend. We didn't even know which part of Asia she was from. She was a friend, a side character who didn't have a backstory. I was like, I guess I find affinity with this girl. No one looked like me and no one had stories like me. I'd never seen a story about an immigrant girl coming from India or anywhere in Asia to Australia. There was just nothing that I could find relatable. And that's kind of one of the reasons why a lot of the TikToks that I make, there's a lot of brown characters like brown parents, uncles and aunties that like I make fun of in my skits, but it's kind of like I want to make content that people who have had a similar background to me have something that they can watch and relate to and hopefully find entertaining. So it's really cool that Netflix is doing this show because this is like everything I wanted and more as a teenager. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep watching that show. There were times where I kind of noticed that the lighting, I don't know what they're trying to go for stylistically, but there was like this one scene where her hot dad comes back in her dream and she's having a conversation with him, and there's this red tint coming from the TV because he's watching a tennis match. So there's like this green tint that comes from the TV, but it's like such an artificial tint. It doesn't just hit the dad's hair and his clothes, that's fine, but the way it hits Devi's eyes, it looks like she's an alien. Kind of hits her dad's eyes as well, but he's kind of facing her, so it doesn't look as weird. Interesting creative decision there, but I don't know, it's just like little things that I kind of noticed. And also she wore heels halfway through the episode to kind of like have a makeover and look hot and stuff, but then she comes home in sneakers and you're like, huh, maybe she just took a second pair in her bag. I don't know. It was a nice show. I would recommend watching it. And Mindy Kaling is also the producer, pretty sure, of the show. And I love her, so I'm gonna support her and watch her show. I like what Netflix is doing right now, and I'm excited to see what the future of mainstream entertainment on video-on-demand platforms is going to be like. Comment below and let me know what you thought of the show. Whether you liked it, whether you didn't like it, what parts weirded you out, what were your favorite bits. Let me know down here. Let's chat. And hey, don't forget to like this video. I'm sorry I pointed at you. That's so rude. Like this video and make sure you share it with someone who's watched this show with you. Let me know what they think as well. And don't forget, I'm sorry I keep pointing at you, but I'm just so excited. Next week's video is gonna be my week in quarantine routine. So if that's something you want to watch, make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell on so that we can keep this conversation going, you know? And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget, my hands are still like, subscribe. sorry I went crazy. If you want alerts for my next video, you should turn the notification bell on. I'm falling. Cool, that is all. That's all I have to say. Adios.